Alright guys, I'm back. What have I been doing for, the past months? Well, I've been to school, getting smarter, learning to debate, so when you guys come at me with your little sideways, ridiculous, fallible arguments, I respond to you in a way which makes you look like an ass. That's my job. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to address this video to Shokyo VTech USA, but mainly VTech USA. Now, understand, I like this guy. I respect him. He has very great points, and he always backs his points up with facts, and provides solid arguments. However, him and with a couple other people, they have skewed arguments against Nintendo, which I don't understand why, but most people do. So, let's get to it, please. Alright, now the first thing I would like to say is quit complaining and not following up. And it's not for them, just for them. It's for anybody this pertains to. Quit complaining about stuff and then not following up on it. Look, guys, we always complain, well, Nintendo doesn't release Star Fox, they don't release F-Zero, and they release all these other games. Okay, well, we say that, and then we look at the sales of these games. F-Zero and Star Fox combined don't even sell as much as 2 Mario games, or even 1 in some cases. So, why do, if we're going to say that we want these games, we have to buy them. Point blank period. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. If you're going to say these things, they're not going to start taking our complaints seriously unless we follow up on them. So, if you're going to complain, follow up on what you say. Alright? Now, 2, no, they don't do everything perfectly. And this is why we have to go back to step 1, which is follow up on our solutions, on our resolutions. If we're going to complain, we got to say, we're going to say, well, if you fix it, we're going to buy it, then we need to buy it. So then now when we complain in the future, they'll take us seriously. Like you guys are saying, well, we want voice chat in Splatoon. Well, they're probably thinking, well, if we were to put voice chat in, it probably won't make a difference. They probably still won't get it. So there's no point even listening to us. Alright, now let's see. 3rd, Evolution Controller. This mainly goes for the VTech USA. Now let's think about it. Controller has to evolve. It always evolves. Nintendo has never kept the same controller. The only company that's done that is Sony. And how they became successful off of it, I don't really know how. And that's neither here nor there. But, Sony's controller isn't perfect. Because they can't even do, with the Wii controller. You could do things on the Wii that you couldn't do with any other system. Like, with Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, most of you guys, whether you liked it or not, that's irrelevant. But what the point is, you can swing in like 9 different directions. You couldn't do that on any other video game system because their controllers lack the buttons, the means to do that. Like, could you play, imagine trying to play a game like Halo on an NES controller. It'd be impossible. Video games are about interaction, and the only way that a video game actually grows is not through graphics and sound. That's how movies grow. Video games grow through interaction. So you have to increase the ways of interaction in order for the video games, video game industry to grow. Because if the video game industry kept one controller for the next 15 years, I guarantee you that people get bored of video games. Like movies. The visuals and sound have to get better. With stories, with books, the stories have to get more complex and complicated. Writing has to get better. Because, if you change the cover of a book, make the covers of the book prettier, that's not going to, increase sales. If you make the covers of the, make the stories of the movies better, that's not going to increase the sales of a movie. Because a movie should be about, visuals. If you can't see what's going on in the movie, then it fails. Now, a video game is like a step up from a movie, is a step up from a movie, so yeah, you need to be able to see. Graphics do need to be sufficient. The sound needs to be sufficient, needs to be audible. But let's say if it's a great game and only has, has great sound, great story, and a great visuals, but the gameplay is it's either 15 minutes of gameplay and the rest of it's just cutscenes, or if it's, a video game that's unplayable because the controls are horrible, then it's a horrible game, regardless of everything else. Gameplay comes first. So Nintendo keeps changing the controller. Now the problem with Nintendo and their controller is the fact that, okay, with the Wii controller, they showed us, all right, this is what we can do with the Wii that couldn't do before. But with the Wii U, it doesn't show us anything like that. You know, everything's like, okay, well, you can use the Wii U controller, but, you know, you can also use this other controller. But, you know, you should use the Wii U controller because we would like you to. But, you know, you can use these other controllers because the Wii U has like 50,000 different controllers you could use, including the Wiimotes. But the problem is they're not, you know, like I said, they're not showing us anything great with the Wii U controller. And if they do that, I'm pretty sure sales will go up. Because people are like, man, I wish we could do that. And the next thing, graphics. Graphics. I'm getting tired of hearing, okay, Nintendo needs a stronger system. No, they don't. Developers just need to learn how to make a good fucking game. See, the problem is development cycles are already long enough as it is. People aren't able to go home to their families because they're too busy trying to make the pores on someone's skin visible. I don't fucking care about that. You know, go home and play with your son and daughter, you know, rather than having to sit here and make it to where I can see the snot coming out someone's nose and you know, every hair follicle. The graphics on the Wii U are fine. I don't think they really need to get any better than that, to be honest. The rest of it is just unnecessary because it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the game. Because if you are a true gamer, like you guys are saying, you should be playing the game rather than counting pixels and counting how many blades of grass is shown on the Xbox One. Yes, I did take that from you, Review Tech USA, because I thought that was funny as shit. But anyway, counting how many blades of grass is on the Xbox version as compared to the PS4 version. Because to me, I'm like, who fucking cares? It's not going to change the game in any way. You know, it's just, you know, aesthetics. Oh, well, look how light shines off the plate. Well, if the plate's not part of my mission, I'm not even paying attention to it. So I don't understand that whole graphics thing. You know, that's why your games are so bad, because they have these deadlines and they're so busy working on these graphics because they know if the graphics are bad, they're not going to, you know, people aren't going to buy the game. So they're just working on the graphics, don't really pay attention to gameplay, and then the gameplay is buggy as hell, and you guys are complaining that the game sucks because it's unplayable. That's what I'm saying, guys. You have to stop caring so much about these graphics. That's the only reason PlayStation 4 is selling. Graphics. And until we get away with that, we're not going to get great games. So all we're going to get is buggy games. And I don't want Nintendo to go that route. If they had a choice between making a system that's on par with the Wii U, a little bit stronger, that's fine. As compared to something that, you know, I'll just put it this way. I'd rather play a game with great gameplay with NES graphics than to have a game with horrible gameplay with PS4 graphics. Because horrible gameplay, if I can't play the game, if all I can do is sit there and watch it because the game is so buggy, I might as well just watch a movie. And on that note about the movie thing, guys, let's stick to gaming. I'm tired of hearing about how the Wii doesn't play DVDs. Who cares? It's the year 2015. I have several DVD players. Why would I want to burn out my disc drive and my video game system watching movies on it? Does that even make sense? No. If all I want to do is watch, if I spend more time watching movies than I do playing video games, then I probably should just go ahead and get a DVD player rather than a video game system. But, you know, like I said, that's the end of that. And then the last point I want to make, stop complaining about the franchises, guys. Everyone keeps talking Mario, Zelda, I'm tired of Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. Stop them, then don't play it. And don't say that the games don't evolve. Now, the only Mario game that doesn't evolve is the Super Mario Brothers. I'll give you that one. It doesn't really evolve. It's just a graphical update. As a matter of fact, that type of game could be played on the NES, and because of that, I don't really like those games that much. Because it doesn't really offer me anything new. The 3D Mario games, yeah, every 3D Mario game, I'm like, okay, I can see how that couldn't have been done on the last system that Nintendo released. But with the new Mario games, I'm like, I mean, with the new Super Mario Brother games, I don't really care too much for them. Because to me, they're just graphical updates. That's the same reason I don't play Madden or any other game, really, or anything really on PlayStation 4. Because it's like, okay, same gameplay and, you know, graphical update. Don't really care about that. It's like I'm playing the same game 50 times. I don't want to do that. But anyway, back to the subject. With their franchises, they're here to stay, guys. They do evolve, and just the fact of the matter is they have over 60 franchises. but only like 5 of them sell the most. So if you're a business, which franchises would you invest in? The ones that, you know, the niche ones, or the ones that do sell millions? Because I can tell you, the next Star Fox, Splatoon, and F-Zero combined probably won't sell as much as a Mario game. I guarantee that. And guys, we speak with our wallets. And no, I don't want them to get rid of Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. Because, I mean, why would they? On that note, if you're going to tell them to do that, you might as well go call DC and be like, look, man, I'm tired of Superman, Batman. Them motherfuckers have been around since the 30s. And get rid of Justice League while you're at it. And just come up with something brand new. And then, while you're on your little whole crack fest, you might as well be like, hey, man, look. Now, Captain America and the whole Avengers stuff, man, that's been around forever. Get rid of that. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that and put movies and people go watch them. That means there's still a desire for these characters. And yes, these characters have grown over the years. Superman has, was just a guy who could jump very high, and he was just strong as crap and wasn't vulnerable to kryptonite at the beginning. But, that's neither here nor there. These characters have grown, but so have the Nintendo characters too. So guys, and just on a side note, when you say goofy stuff like that, they really don't pay attention to you. You basically just told them, well, just stop doing the thing, stop making stuff that people want. Because you're saying, well, we don't want Mario, but you go and buy it. But then you're like, but we want F-Zero and you don't go buy it. Why are you saying the opposite of what you, like, that doesn't even make sense. So therefore, they really have no reason to listen to you. So guys, if you want people, Nintendo listen to you, start making sense. So let's go back over points. Stop complaining and not going, and giving resolutions and then and then going back on your word. 2, no, they're not perfect, but in order for us to our complaints to be effective, we have to go follow the first point. 3, the Evolution controller is important. 4, the graphics aren't the greatest thing in the world. They're not the most important in the video game system. And 5, stop complaining about the franchises, because those franchises, just complaining about that makes you look like an asinine idiot. So, I'm done. This video is way too long. I'm sorry.